Some of us use the 4 C's of history, and some people have 5 C's. But when you're trying to teach students that history is not this unchanging repository of facts, and our only interaction with it is to memorize it and regurgitate it, this is why I hated history, because that was how history had been taught to me. It was names and dates about wars and presidents, and I couldn't understand why that was going to matter to me. It was just things to memorize. Historical thinking, at least 4 of the C's, change over time. Historians are always looking at what changes over time and what stays the same. The context for any event or person or document, complexity. Things are not simple. It's not this names and dates. There's one interpretation. There's one reason for the significant. There's complexity about it. And then contingency. And this tends to be the hardest one for students to wrap their head around. It could have been otherwise. Now, there are some events or trends in history that there's so much momentum going toward them that you couldn't even really draft a counterfactual. Something like, I think the American Civil War was going to happen somehow. These forces, these regional divisions, the battle over slavery, like that was going to happen. But there were all these compromises kicking the can down the road. It could have happened earlier. It could have happened differently. There's the contingency. It could have been otherwise. We could have started fighting that in the 1820s or 30s or 40s rather than the 60s. Maybe we could have kicked the can down further. Maybe secession could have been successful and we'd have a divided country that then had to maybe or not reunite later. It could have been otherwise. Human choices mattered.